At Sunnydale Care Home, Nurse Carol was known for being strict. She was always rushing the elderly residents to eat their meals, drink their water, and get to bed on time. But behind closed doors, Nurse Carol's behavior went beyond being strict. She was outright mean. She would speak to the residents in a harsh tone, sometimes even yelling at them for no reason. The residents were too afraid to speak up as they didn't want to upset her further. One day, 80-year-old Mr. Harris decided he had enough of Nurse Carol's behavior. Mr. Harris was a retired teacher who still had a sharp mind, despite his age. He noticed that whenever there were no visitors at the home, Nurse Carol's behavior towards the residents would change. She would become cold and dismissive, speaking to them in a rude manner and ignoring their calls for help. The other nurses and caregivers seemed to be unaware of this or simply ignored it. But Mr. Harris knew he had to do something about it. So one evening, when Nurse Carol was making her rounds, he discreetly tucked a small recording device into the pocket of his sweater. He hoped that by documenting her behavior, he could convince the staff at Sunnydale Care Home to take action. As Nurse Carol approached his room, he hit record. She scolded a patient for asking a simple question and then hurried another resident to bed without properly tucking them in. The more he listened, the angrier he became. The next morning, Mr. Harris reported Nurse Carol's behavior to the care home director and his daughter, who was also the home's administrator. They listened to the recording and were shocked by what they heard. "This is not how our residents should be treated," the director said firmly. He immediately removed Nurse Carol from duty pending an investigation. A week later, Sunnydale Care Home welcomed new, kind staff members who treated the residents with the respect and dignity they deserved. Mr. Harris was hailed as a hero by the staff and residents alike, not because he confronted Nurse Carol, but because he quietly stood up for what was right. His simple act of courage reminded everyone that in places of care, respect, and compassion should never be optional. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos.